Hi everyone, it's Jason, and today I'm taking you through a relaxing seated stretching routine. Before we begin, I'm going to take you through 1 minute of mobility. So we're going to start by lifting one knee up at a time and extending your leg forward using the quadriceps. So your foot comes off the floor ever so slightly. You're sitting up tall, and we're just kicking the leg forward. So using the quadriceps, the front of our thigh, to extend your knee. And at this point, I would like to transition into more of a march. So now you're focusing on simply lifting your knee up as high as you comfortably can. All right, soft landing on your foot. So we're flexing through the hip to get that knee up. And remember to sit tall. All right, at this point, I would like you to scoot to the front edge of your chair, and I invite you to do more of this jumping jack motion with your arms. So with your upper half, we're circling the arms out, up, and in at the top. So you're traveling alongside your body. All right, taking the arms upward in a circle. And from here, we're gonna stop at about shoulder height, taking the arms out, close it in. So we're using the chest to contract inward. Another thing you can do is cross the arms in front and just alternate which arm goes over and under. From here, I would like you to relax your shoulders down. We'll begin with an upper trapezius stretch, muscles alongside your neck. So we're going to begin. I like to place one hand underneath my seat just so that I can keep the shoulder down. And then we're going to think about bringing the neck and head up and over, bringing the ear down to our shoulder. So you're going to feel the side of your neck lengthening. And if we choose to, we can add a little bit of assistance with the hand. But you don't want to pull, you just want to guide that stretch along, get that good lengthening, and relax into the stretch. That's the key. So shoulder down, no turning of the head, we're simply doing a side lean. And for that other side, I'd like to show you a different variation. Just loosen that up a little bit. We can also place one arm behind. That'll help keep your shoulder down. And remember, with the head and neck, we're thinking about going up and over. That will help lengthen. And optional, we can add a little bit of assistance with the hand wrapped around the head. So leaning over to the side. If it's uncomfortable for you to keep the arm wrapped behind, you can also simply just press your arm down or sit onto your hand like we did on the first side. All right, so I want you to feel the side of your neck lengthening. We're going to return to that first side. Now we're going to get more of a levator scapulae stretch. So this is going to run along the back of your neck down to your shoulder blades. So it's going to be chin down into your armpit. So about a 45-degree angle, looking down. And again, the key is to keep that shoulder down. So if you're able to wrap your arm behind, you may do that. And we're going to take the hand and wrap it around the opposite side, up toward the back of our head, just to add that little bit of extra assistance. Breathe out to oxygenate the muscles. And we're going to relax into this stretch. So you'll feel this along the back of your neck. Deep breaths as you hold. And as we go over to the other side, I'm going to show you another variation you can do is to place one hand behind your back. So touching your shoulder with the elbow up, and then go ahead and look down in diagonal to the opposite side. So chin toward your armpit, and you can still wrap that hand around. Add that little bit of extra assistance, and you'll really feel this behind your neck. So it should be a nice relief. Nothing should feel painful. If it's a little too tense. It doesn't make sense. So we want to relax into this pose. Deep breaths out. Okay, the next move is going to be a shoulder blade squeeze. So sitting up tall, I like to use my elbows to guide, but what we're actually trying to do is squeeze our shoulder blades back. Now you can think of this as expanding your chest, and we'll hold that for about 3 to 5 seconds or 3 to 5 breaths, and then just relax back into neutral and then squeeze. But like I said, if you like to use the elbows to guide you along, you'll pull the elbows back behind you, almost as if you're pressing your arms back against the wall. What's also going to help this stretch is to keep your chin tucked back. It's very helpful to actually back yourself into a wall, just to use that as a reference point, keeping your head back and going for that shoulder blades squeeze. So expand the chest, elbows and shoulders back. Hold for about 3 to 5 seconds, and then relax. Good. Next up, we're gonna do some trunk rotation. So twisting or rotating the spine, and it's advantageous to have arms on your chair. So we are going to sit up tall, and then we are going to rotate over, and then here's where you can grab on to the arms of your chair. You can also place one hand on the outside of your knee. And you want to sit as tall as possible, just to open up that space between each vertebra or bone of your spine, and rotate over. And we're going to hold this here. So you can either hold it for the entire 30 seconds, or you can alternate, do 15 seconds on one side, rotate to the other. And in fact, we're going to rotate to the other side right now. So just reset yourself. Hip stable, rotate over, spine is tall. Use the arms of your chair or hold on to your legs. What you might find, since as your spine goes up, it goes from more stable to more flexible. So in other words, your lower spine can rotate a certain amount, and then maybe you can turn your shoulders a little more, and then maybe even turn your head more than your shoulders. So seeing if you could even look behind your shoulder. But always work within your comfortable range. So holding it here, up tall, deep breaths out. Great job. Now we're facing to the front, and we're gonna reach over and do some side leans. So the key here is you want to think about lengthening up and over. So we're not just reaching with our arm over, we're actually thinking about reaching up high and then leaning over. So you can go ahead and place your legs wide for stability. You can also keep one arm down and relaxed. Okay, so you're gonna feel this all the way from your hip to your hand up here. So creating a nice arch. What I like to do also is bend the elbow just to add the back of the arm, your triceps. So we can hold it here. And you can just relax your head over just to add that little bit of neck lean. Okay, we're going to reset and reach over to the other side. So remember to think up and over, creating that nice arch. Okay, I can relax my forearm on the armrest here. And then we can also add a little bit of elbow bend just to get that triceps. What you might find if you're adding in the tricep stretch, if it's difficult to get your arm close to your head, you don't have to do that. You might need to keep it a little more out. So lots of ways you can vary this. Great job. Okay, staying with me, we're gonna work our way down the lower half. One of my favorites is to get our leg crossed in kind of this figure 4 with the knee out. If you find that it's too much to cross your ankle over your knee, you can also straighten the bottom leg and do it closer to your shin. But either way, let's try to bend one knee and point it out. So what this is going to do is stretch out outer hip wrapped around to your glute. So you might find just by keeping the knee out That's enough of a stretch. However, if you'd like to add a little more, you can just ever so slightly gently press down on that leg. And if you'd like to, we can lean forward just a little. So we're just simply folding at the hip, keeping your butt back. So rather than rounding down, we're actually trying to fold at the hip, keeping that knee out. As long as you're feeling that around your hip to your glute, you know that's good. So just relax into that stretch. Breathe into it and hold. Okay, let's uncross and go ahead and do the other side. So wherever you're able to cross the ankle to get your knee out, and that might be enough for you, we can also gently press down with our palm on the inside of our knee, and then keeping your spine long, we'll lean forward. All right, so now I'm just going to keep my head aligned with my torso. Good job. Next up, we're going to do a combination of a hamstring and calf stretch. So great idea for any of you who do any running or gardening. We're going to get the back of the leg all the way down to your lower leg and ankle. So the first thing I'm doing is straightening one leg, and I'm flexing the foot to bring the toes toward me. So from here, we want to keep our spine long, and then I'm not thinking about reaching down, rather it's more kind of lengthening forward. So we can slide our hands down that leg, or if you have maybe a tabletop nearby, you can even think about reaching forward onto it. So we'll hold that here until you feel more relaxed into it. So if it helps, you can also think about tightening the quadriceps, basically pushing your knee straight and really flex the foot or bring your toes toward you. And we'll finish over to the other side. So go ahead and rotate over. We're going to start with that knee straight and then bring the front of your foot toward you. From here, we're going to start by sitting up tall and then simply fold at the hip to reach forward. So again, if you find that your knee starts to bend, you can contract your thigh at the quadriceps to keep your knee straight, and then think about digging your heel into the floor to bring your toes toward you. That'll get everything from the hamstrings, back of your thigh, all the way down to the calves, lower legs. And since your calf is attached to the knee, it's a good idea to combine these. Great way to save time too. Deep breaths out, and remember you can do this stretch anytime throughout your workday. And we'll go ahead and relax out of that. But I hope that makes you feel better, and remember to be safe and check out some of our other on-demand classes. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.